All right, I'm recording. Okay, so today, this last month we've been working on, what have we been working on? Anybody? What have we been working on? Goals, success. Is that what you were going to say? No? Failures, right? What do failures do? Lead to success, right? Because we can try again. So today we're going to learn about a gentleman named Jim Thorpe, and we're going to read a book about his life and the things that he did. Jim Thorpe is a football. Yeah, he was the first Native American to win an Olympic medal for America, and he won it in football. He played football. And he came from a reservation in Oklahoma, and you can about imagine some of the struggles that he went through, right? No? I don't know. What kind of struggles do you think he might have gone through? He wasn't black. Where did I say he came from? Out of Oklahoma, right? From a reservation in Oklahoma, Native American. Yes. Color and race, and that's different things. Your color doesn't dictate. I just talked about this yesterday. Your color does not dictate your race, heritage, culture. Yeah, but, yeah, right. So he might have faced some discrimination and stuff when he was growing up, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. Black though. He's Native American. So let's. So we will read his book, or we'll listen to the read aloud of his book, and then we're gonna watch a video of his life, and then we're gonna work on a timeline. And the timeline. So when we're reading the book, I want you guys to think about some of the things that he went through, some of the main times in his life, and then his feelings that he had during those times. Like, was it hard? Was it challenging? Something challenging that he went through, or was it like a happy time or exciting? Like you would think winning a gold medal would that what? How do you think he would feel about that? Happy, right? He's probably pretty excited. So I want you guys to pay attention to those kinds of ideas as we read the book, okay? So Jim Thorpe's Bright Path is
Jim Thorpe's Bright Path
It is.
by Joseph
Trista, do you want to get the
Boucher.
lights for me?
Illustrated by S.D. Nelson. Genre: a biography is the story of a real person's life.
What those sporting competitions were that he did, the decathlon and pentathlon. Do you guys understand what those are? So that's like a pentathlon. Usually you see a triathlon, right? And they do running, swimming, and like biking. And you have to do all three of those things in a row. Pentathlon, 5 events in a row. Decathlon, 10 events in a row. So that's why they were talking out of those 10 events, he won first place in 7 and placed in the other 3. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so we are going to have about 15 more minutes. I have a timeline that we're going to be doing. And I will pull up the book again, end of the book with that timeline
Jim
on it.
Thorpe.
What we want to do, or what I want you to do, you guys remember how a timeline, just can you turn the lights back on? Boys, please, please. That's changing starting tomorrow. So remember how a timeline works. What goes here? The first thing that happened. So there's enough room in here. I want you to write what happened and how he felt about that. Where would that go, Bentley? On the first one he died? Or maybe... Right, he was born. That would probably be enough. So you will where the arrow's pointing along the timeline. I will leave it up to you to decide what you think are important life events that happened, okay? I just want to make sure that you put what it was, the date up here on the timeline by the arrow, and what emotions you think he felt. I want you to think about like the struggles he went through and how that maybe shaped those good things that ended up happening later, those successes that he had, right? Because sometimes failures and struggles lead to success. That's right. So we will watch the video again tomorrow with the other class. So you will have some time to do these. Please do not rush through them. Boarding schools. That's a really good question. So this is something that happened a lot. Even up to just recently, my dad's wife, my stepmom, was actually in a boarding school, and they would go into this school away from their home and live there. They have dormitories and stuff, and that's where they live, and they stay there all the time, weekends, during the week. The only time they would really go home would be like Christmas or Easter, different kinds of breaks like that. But the only way that they would go home is if they had family that would come and get them. You can't go home if nobody comes to get you. Unless you're Jim Thorpe, how did he go home? He ran. Yeah. How far did he run the first time? Do you remember? Yeah, it was like 23, 24, 20, I think somewhere there. How about the second time? How far did he run? 300 miles. How long did it take him? Just say it, Abigail. They're saying it anyway. You guys are supposed to raise your hand. Okay, so we'll go to the end of this. You guys can work on these timelines a little bit today. Like I said, I want you to think about it. Think about what you're writing down.
Plays minor league baseball. 1911, 1912. Attending school in Garden Grove, Oklahoma. Plays college
I
football.
might look and see if I can find one that's a little easier to. Yeah, where I can find it all at once.
What was the date when he died?
His brother died.
No, the date when he died.
1896.
Yes, I know that.
Ooh, they got lots of stuff on here. So if you guys are looking for the day he died, now is that something that would help support his success, show his failures? That's like I said, we need to try to kind of pick and choose what we're putting on the timeline, right? But he did die in 1963. It says here he dies of a massive heart attack in California. How cool is that, though? They changed the name of a whole town when he was buried there. How kind of cool, right? That's an honor. Jeremiah, you should be doing your work, not on there. Yep, I will. Okay, I'm going past he was born. You should be past there. Good job. Can we let's try to do complete sentences, punctuation, capital letters. That stuff we've been focusing on, right? I know these don't have punctuation, but you want to make sure that you're putting punctuation after your sentences. You guys have about 4 more minutes to work on this. Down. Did you understand the assignment today? Yes? Middle? Do you understand how it connected to what we've been learning? Be honest. Because even though he went through all this hard stuff, the man that was the most encouragement to him, that encouraged him to go to school, he died. And then look at all the stuff he did after that. Look at all that stuff. So just because hard things happen doesn't mean that we can't use that as a like push off point to do better, right? I don't know what down means.
Down.
Well, so like when I say scroll down, I'm doing this.
Okay, scroll up then.
Okay. How far? Because a couple other people wanted some of these.
All the way.
No.
'Cause I didn't see.
What are you looking for, Bentley?
What do you got?
No. Right here. 1953. Remember him dying. Is that part of his success or failure or hardship? This part would be a success of it, right? That they changed the name of that town. That would be kind of cool. But he wouldn't have a feeling about that, right? His family might have a feeling about that, but he wouldn't specifically. The gold medals. Oh. Right here, 1912. And what a big adventure that would have been for him. He grew up in the middle of Oklahoma, right? In the late 1800s. He got on a big ship and sailed all the way over to Sweden to go play in those Olympics.
So did he almost die by the cracking?
There was no cracking at this time.
At this time?
Yep.
I said at that
You want to
time.
put the date like right here?
I said at that time. Please.
I know. I'll go back to. I will have you guys. Okay, we only got a couple seconds left. Turn them all in. Right here. Actually, right here. On this table. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.